Howdy, folks, and all of you who are knights of the rhomboid table. Right, yeah, it's like Peter down in the man shed. Way, yes, after a couple of weeks off, back with a bang. Totally unprepared today. Well, almost. Yeah, something medieval for you. Can everybody hear me all right? There's Peter. Hello, Peter. There's Ben in the chat. Dino. Mum and Son Rail fans. That's Tammy and Ray. Good morning to you. Who else have we got? There's Roger. Hello, Roger. How are you? Good to see you. In the background, you'll be able to hear Richard's new acquisition, which is the Class 97 by Akira Scale. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes. Yeah, it is indeed. You should be seeing it over that shoulder. I think it's a bit early in the morning for Anthony. I know he's been having a bit of trouble with his, he had a lockup where he's been doing his garage and the groundwork and things like that. There's Robert's train set. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you. And they had a combination lock on their, what would you call it? Storage locker that they rented. So he managed to get a truck, get all the way there. The combination on the lock didn't want to know. So he literally wasted the day. So he's probably going to be pretty busy today trying to get that sorted out. Because I know it's either that or pay another month's rental on the storage space. So there you go. So here is a toast to Sir Anthony, Prince of Dodge. There's Stuart. Hello, Stuart. And all of you knights of the rhomboid table. And welcome in. And there's Mr. Dodge. Aha! Sir Anthony, Prince of Dodge. Knight of the rhomboid table. Here's to you, Anthony. So I hope everything works out okay. And that was good timing. That was very, very good timing. Yes, the fake chainmail. Yeah. Ivo Van Zon, welcome to you. So just over my right shoulder, you should see the Network Rail 97 coming around. Don't know why they called it 37 and 97. I suppose they had to call it something, but that should be coming around. There's a wasp in here. Oh, what a bummer. And I thought they'd all gone for the year, and they're back with a vengeance. And there she is. What a little beauty. I know people have been having trouble with various bits of Akira Scale's products. No less than Peter Dixon himself, who had what appeared to be a dodgy motor, dodgy brushes on it. He managed to pull the motor apart, and when he reseated it, everything was working fine. Touch wood. So who else have we got? There's Stuart. Yes, hello, Stuart. Robert Strange, I saw the 97 review. Yeah, it's very good. It is. I saw the initial setup of it, and it appeared to be, although the sound wasn't running, the motor was almost silent, and it was really smooth in its movement, no cogging, no nothing. But obviously he hadn't done his review by then, so he locked himself in the shed and boom, and off he went. So I just keep out of the way. There's Lee in the chat. Hi, Lee. How are you doing? Mike at Putnam Junction. And there's Brainton Junction as well. Welcome in. Dino, Stuart, Robert, Ben, Christopher, Delph, Mike, Lee, Ivo. How about that? That's a real mouthful for anybody. Um, yeah, so managed to have a couple of weeks off and toured here and there and all over. Um, but when I came back, this week has been well, it's been awful really because the weather's been howling winds, driving rain, or sporadic showers. Mystic John, welcome in. Nice to see you. Apply line, wait to the like button. I like that. Yeah, that's very good. Very topical. Yeah, so there's the sort of, it's like a play around tunic um, from medieval times. And I thought, oh, that'd be a fun thing to do for the live chat. Um, since all that happened, we've had gets, of course, and I've got my little Lord Owl's lavy here. Yeah, cracking. So I've got to apply a little bit of paint to that. Might do a little bit of graffiti as well. But speak of the devil, how about that? There is Lord Owl himself, Lord Owl of Lavy. G-Day, guys. Yeah. So, yes, thank you, Al, for the Lavy. I haven't quite decided where I'm going to put it yet. Probably over next to that little lump there, which is like a switch room for the Network Rail guys. So they're obviously going to need a thunderbox of some kind. So the ideal thing, and what I'll do, I'll have a little queue of orange-clad people waiting outside so they can get into the thunderbox. We'll try that. Right. It was packed. It was absolutely packed. I would have loved to have got there on the Saturday, but we were still travelling about on the Saturday. Got home, and it was a bit of a struggle to, get the motivation to go out again and get to Gets. But, wow, what a show. We managed to get parked. I bumped into Brian in the queue, and I thought, who's that he's with? Until Timber Surf said, you haven't realised who I am yet, have you? I went, oh. So, yes, I know what Timber Surf looks like now. The mystery man. No great mystery. He hasn't got, 4 arms coming out and a elbow coming out of his forehead or anything like that. Yeah, great guys. And Brian actually said to me, I don't know why we're standing in this queue, Timber. We've got VIP tickets. So they shoved off and went straight in. Bear in mind, the VIP tickets were about another £20 or £30 on top. So I thought, well, if you've got it, use it. I said, right, okay, we'll see you inside. So, you're standing there. It was freezing cold, absolutely freezing Sunday morning. And we were sitting there, my hands were starting to get pins and needles in the tips of your fingers and things. And as soon as I got inside, Dino came straight up to me. Andy, yeah, Dino. And yeah, it's great. It's great when either somebody recognises you or you recognise somebody. There's a bit of banter and everybody relaxes. Yeah, and it was just about making your way around the dealers and all of the layouts before it got really too busy. And I managed to see a fair amount. But from about, I don't know, 10:30, it really, really got packed. Everybody was crammed in like sardines, and it was elbow room only, really. You do get goodies with the best seats, yeah. I suppose you do, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's just worth the extra money just to get in before everybody else. Oh, there's Les. Hello, Les. Nice to see you. Welcome in. Right, I'm going to adjust the camera because you don't really want to look at me. Thomas Macklin train layout. Nice to see you. Do you think it was busier because of Mr. Waterman and his making tracks presence? Yes, yes, there's no doubt about it. 152-foot long layout, and boy, was it big. You could only appreciate just how big it was when you got up on one of the balconies and looked down and saw this thing stretching literally the length of the hall. It was absolutely huge. And for that 152 feet, not only at the front where all the scenics were, but at the back as well, there was a two deep bunch right the way round. So you literally, like, well, particularly me, who's 5 foot nothing, but like this, trying to, get a glimpse. So I did find it was better on the reverse side of the layout where they have all the fiddle yard and they prepare it. But of course, they have to get the engines and the rolling stock up to speed. So you do actually see the rolling stock. But it was difficult. And then you got caught in a shuffle. So you shuffle along behind people would drop off, some others would come in, but everything moved. It wasn't like we were all stuck there and couldn't move. Everything moved around. There was no pushing and shoving, there was no arguing. I didn't come across any smelly people. Anyway, enough said. Let's take a look at this 97. Sorry, I'm horribly ill prepared because this is the first morning I've actually been able to get into the shed. First day we haven't had it absolutely piddling with rain all day. So here we go. Right, let's move the camera and we'll take a look at this Acura scale 97. Here we go. Right, she should be just coming round now. And there she is. 4-tooth and 5-tooth even. Betwixt and between. Well, as far as vintage Märklin gear goes, I only saw probably one item that was Märklin. There was some Fleischmann stuff there, but I think the only Märklin 3-rail was just one box, and it was like a starter set, or perhaps Dino can confirm this. It was either a starter set or a starter locomotive type thing. Yes, Stuart, I'm not eating at the moment, so I think we're all safe. But it's just strange. Every time Stuart comes out of a video, I'm just about to put the fork in my mouth. It's uncanny. It just literally happens every time Stuart puts a video out. Even if I'm having dinner a little early, Stuart will put out his video a little early, and they'll just coincide. Shedmouth Junction, Martin. Hello, Martin. What a pleasure it was to see you on Sunday. Let's see if I can whack some tones. Here she comes. Right, let's see what else we've got. What does 2 do? I'm not sure what 2 does. That's high horn. And that's the low horn. I don't know what 6 does. I'm not sure what 7 does. Hang about a minute. I've just found. Well, I see Hornby boxes in the distance. Yeah, that's as far as they've got, Martin, to being opened. I just sort of put everything down, took a quick shot, and ran because there was rain and more wind and more rain. Right, let's just have a look at this. 2 is the brake. High, low, heavy train mode, light loco mode, drive hold, cold start wheel slip. 2-tone horn is F9. Right, here we go. Hey. Oh. Oh, it keeps playing until you it's latchable, so you just keep playing. Right, I'll bring it to a standstill. And then we can hear it pull away. Find a lot of interesting stuff all over the world. Marklin's less expensive in the US. There's plenty of reasonably priced UK stuff available in Australia. Right. Here she comes. Oh, it's got brake squeal as well. Right, that's what she sounds like on Tickover. Now that I could listen to in a siding and it wouldn't drive me mad. But I did have a Lego Biffo Man Class 37 sound, which hunted like it was, the engine was always cold. And it drove me absolutely mad. I think it was the Wensleydale Class 37. And it drove me mad to the point where I had to take it to him at a show and say, look, can you put any other 37 in there? Because the Tickover is driving me absolutely mad. And he was exasperated. I know why he was exasperated, because all of the rest of the sounds on it, all the wheel slip and everything sounded great. But it's just the Tickover drove me mad. So I got him to change it, and he did roll his eyes a bit, poor Ian Bishop. And that's, I'm not sure where that is at the moment. But I know Richard got it down to do a comparison between the two. Right, let's give this some welly and see what it does. Yeah, it's a good response to the controls with this. There's not too much momentum on it, so it's quite operator friendly. Very popular on my phone, popping up on eBay or at some point, but most were pre-ordered due to the limited numbers made. Yeah. These were very sort of limited numbers. We only got one because it got to a point where the people who pre-ordered and didn't pay, there was about 30 of them, sound fitted, that went up for grabs. And within 20 minutes, they were all gone. And in that 20 minutes, Richard managed to grab hold of one. So, yeah. Some people don't pay or collect their pre-orders. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Dino. Ordered your 37 and delivered within a week. That's very good. Proper tractor thrash. Yeah, let's add a bit more speed. Now I've gone up to 80 now, and I'm starting to hear a bit of thump from that great big speaker in it. Have a listen and see what you think when it comes past. Did that sound a little more thumpy? Can you actually hear the prime mover thump? Right, back to 50. This is 50 speed steps out of 128. I don't think Richard's driven it right up to the max. He did do some running in both ways, and it's just a matter of easing it in, I suppose. Speedy recovery out. Oh, Leighton Junction. Laid up. Oh, oh dear, oh dear. With the number 19. I must have crossed the pond from Anthony. Oh no. There's a lot of it about. There's lots of colds. There's lots of flu. There's C19. Lots of it about. Sorry about that, Al. It's I hope you have some good luck there, matey. Yeah, I believe this is an ESU, or is it? Let's take a look. It's a lock sound. Yes, it is. Does Hornby have the ESU feature that allows revving up without driving? Yes. What do they call that over here? It's called, let's see, drive hold. That's what it's called in the UK, drive hold. I'm not sure about Hornby. I'm not sure about Hornby. I imagine it's one of those very popular functions. So I'm pretty sure Hornby would have their version of it. I think there is something in their new, what do they call them? Bluetooth chips. I think there's a rev up feature or something like that. Stay away from Cornwall. COVID is back big time here. Oh dear, oh dear. We were all over the West Country for a couple of weeks, like Devon, Dorset, Somerset. Did come into Cornwall once, but as it's my wife's holiday, I couldn't really drag around all of the Knights of the Rhomboid table and say, look, that's where Roger lives, so let's go and see Roger. And yeah, right, okay. Don't think so. Yeah, that'd go down like a lead balloon, wouldn't it? Not see much on the triple X sound decoders though. TTS side in the past had a rev up and down feature. Yeah, I would imagine Hornby would do something. Yeah, I filled everybody in on your locker problem, Anthony. What's the situation with that? Have you got another van and some grinding equipment? Oh, there's Paul Woods. Hello, Paul. Nice to see you. Well, we should just fold up and go home. Yeah, that's that's a weighty point, but I don't think they will. Now Simon Kohler's out of the way, we may see a different Hornby, and even Rouse of Sheffield are now dealing with them again. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Robert. Mind you, it's quite early in the morning in the US at the moment where you are, Anthony. So I had to pay $50. Someone will cut the lot today at one, then get another truck. Oh, I see. So it's all going to unfold today. Okay. Yeah, that's a shame about that. Um, but I've had a similar situation with combination locks, even though they were just pure numbers. Um, yeah, an odd one. Simon X Hornby was a Getz. Sorry. Oh, did you, Robert? Did you say hello? Did you wring him warmly by the neck? There's Roy Dennis. Hello, Roy. Just to answer your question, I have a Hornby Class 37 with sound. It has a notch up, notch down, which is probably what you're talking about. Yes, it is, yeah. I don't think it's a true drive hold where you set a speed, hit the drive hold button, and then you can manipulate the throttle high or low, doesn't matter. It will stay at the same speed, which is great if you've got a great big long freight train and you want to make it sound like the prime mover is absolutely belting it, which is great for the Class 56, by the way, for anybody that's got one. Yes, no, tapped him on the shoulder. I hope you didn't scare him too much, Robert. Not that you're a scary trap. Now, Robert, you were you going to see Peter Dixon yesterday? Am I correct in saying that? Let's have a bit of thrash the next time that comes around. Now, I have an apology to make. Um, Martin gave me a lovely mug at Getz, and I think it was Wednesday. My father-in-law arrived, and everything got shoved into cupboards, and I cannot find the mug for the life of me. So the wife's put it somewhere. I'd love to show it off because it's just a really nice thing. Stanover Model Railway. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. So I'm sorry I can't show everybody the mug, but I just can't find it. It's one of those frustrating things. Um, but you know what it is. So you have visitors, and everything gets shot into cupboards. So you're presenting House Beautiful, and it drives me absolutely mad. But you know, uh, one of those things. Sorry, Martin. I'll happily show it off next week when I give the wife the third degree about where it is. Yes, went to his club show in South London. A super show, was able to take loads of video. Another video to come. Well, Robert, that's great. Um, very, very popular man, Peter. Um, One of the nicest guys you can meet. as are most of the chaps that you see in the model rail world. Um, I suppose we're all of an age where we're a little more sort of relaxed and not so I don't know, gung ho. The Hornby 37 also has thrash, one of those sounds I don't use. Oh, okay, Roy. There's Mike at Pudham Junction. Mike, hope Sue's okay. Oh, Martin's hoping to get out of the shed later. Well, as I say, this is the first morning I've actually been able to get up here. I had to go to Sainsbury's, so they don't open until 11. And after that, it doesn't give me much time to feed the dog, feed myself, and get my sorry backside up here. Did somebody mention my name? Hello, Peter. Those of you that would know Peter Dixon and his extremely famous man shed, it's not the fact that you've got a man shed, Peter, it's how you approach telling us about it, which is really funny and quite warm, actually. There's Clive. Hello, Clive. Nice to see you. Yeah, Peter, your ears must have been burning. He was fitting lamps to his Flying Scotsman from West Hill. Photos are on the Facebook group. For those of you that do Facebook, not a cult. There's James from Dundas Junction. Welcome to our Canadian buddy. Right, I'll give the old throttle a stab, and you can hear what the 97 sounds like when you give it some juice. I believe Clive's got one of these. So I'm just going to stab it up 10 out of 128. Here she comes. Right. Right, I'll just knock that 10 off again, and it will go into sort of a, what do you call it, an idling. Yeah, that's quite good. So I can just put 10 on the controls, and it'll rev up like that, or drop 10, and it goes back to an idling, which I really like. RGJ Trains. A Sunday clubber is never late, Toto Wagons, nor are they early. They arrive exactly when they mean to. Yes, if everyone would like to lash the like button, I'd be most grateful. There's Brian. Hello, Brian. The man that started it all on Sunday, started the ball rolling. And yeah, it was quite a relief to see Brian. I thought, look, there's somebody I know. Placed an order from DCC Concepts last week. Oh, yes, you need some more of those connectors for the lift up doorway. That's right, isn't it? Oh, 23. How many have we got in the stream now? Well, it says 32 in with 23 likes. That's pretty good. Thank you, guys. Multitasking at the moment. Let's have a stab at this. Give that a stab. Did you go Al, by the time I got there, they were completely exhausted of their free gifts. What actually happened is Jenny came stomping past me, nearly took one of my feet out, and I thought, oh, okay. So if Jenny's on the move, that means Zoe will be on the stand. And I quite like Zoe. She's a very approachable, really nice person. So I went to see Zoe, and she said, "Oh, unfortunately, we're absolutely out." So, well, there you go. Never mind. But yeah, I like Zoe. She's knowledgeable and friendly. Take a deep breath. Hi, Robert, Clive, James, Dino, Ben, Lee, Captain, Lord, Alan, Peter, Anthony. Yeah. Cooking tea, so not seeing all the comments. Charlie Bishop hurt himself against. Yes, he done his finger on a door. For those that haven't seen me yet, hey, howdy, folks. This is the medieval tunic in honour of our leader and chief knight of the rhomboid table, Anthony Dodge. Sir Anthony, Prince of Dodge. Let's get it right. So yeah, this tunic is for Anthony. I did warn him I was going to get it. So yeah, there you go. I'm as good as my word. Right, let's give you a. You don't want to look at me. Right, let's have a look at the train as it goes past. I'll adopt the other view, which is a little more countrified. There's Mick 92. Have a beer, Mick. Hey, working on the layout. Oh well, perhaps don't have a beer until you're finished. Shake Hands Shed Model Railways, welcome in. Some claim to be tolerant and inclusive are nothing of the sort and are upset by capital letters. Yes, there are people like that. I'm not one of them. So if you want to include a few capital letters, if you want to whack a few emojis for Mo and Son, that's fine with me. I know Ray would love to see an emoji or two. So feel free. Don't put on too many, otherwise I think YouTube doesn't like that kind of thing and they just sort of give you a jab for it. Looks like first aider. Scary. There's March West Junction Andy. Hello, Andy. I'll give you a rev up of the Class 97 as it comes around. Did I see Robert Pixel? Well, I don't do Facebook, so I wouldn't have seen those out. Most of my Miwula shots seem to include a cleaning tray. Well, I imagine that layout, which is the model world in Hamburg, that takes a lot of cleaning. Right, here we go. How's that? Did everybody hear that all right? Let's give it another rev up. Here we go. Tea required, will not be long. Yeah, I've no idea. I've been going 39 minutes. So we'll give it the full hour. Did I see Artie in there? Hello, Artie. You must have just slipped in, brother. Just didn't see you there. Yeah, I thought I'd stay up late and catch your game show last night, Artie. because well, I was having trouble sleeping anyway, and I thought, well, okay, I know Artie's on about 1 o'clock in the morning, so I thought, there's Jason. Hello, Jason. Nice to see you. So I thought I'd just drop in and chew the fat. Anyway, it's good to see you, Artie. Right, as the 97 comes around, I'll give it a bit of a prod. For those that have got Acura scale 37s, this will be no stranger to you. I just had a little check there to see if the noise reduction had turned on again, because I'm never quite sure. You know, with these computers, they tend to do what on earth they like. So I just checked, and yeah, the noise reduction is still off. So you can probably hear that as well as you're going to hear it with the limitations of the technology of the cameras that we've got. Strangely enough, Robert, I was just wondering about your little Polaroid tube camera. I know they don't make them anymore, but there are a couple out there. I think it's there's one called a Little Walnut, and there's one other which is an Orange 5 or something like that, and they tend to be a similar kind of thing. I was just wondering how much the old Polaroid one was, Robert. Matt Slade says he's still not got a replacement for his 15XX. That's not good, no. Considering the bloody thing didn't move much. Sorry for our comment, and he just didn't appreciate the one-sided comment against us. Just had to say something, but we won't continue it now on your stream. That's okay, Rob Grace. You know, there's things happen as you do this kind of thing, any kind of social media. You know, somebody will £100. Okay, thanks, Robert. Somebody will always take umbrage at something. It can only take one wrong word, and you know, anybody think the world had come to an end. But well, there you go. Yes, I looked at a couple of those cameras, Robert, and there are still ones out there which are of a very similar size, but have got like improved shutter speeds and things like that. And one of them is called the Orange 5, something or other. Jason's got a Polaroid Cube Plus, but had serious problems with it since they updated the software. Well, that's a problem. Overdene Station, welcome in. Nice to see you. You're just looking at Richard's Acura Scale 97 going around there, pulling some Network Rail stock. This one's a cracker. It just seems to be getting better and better. Nice and smooth, not notchy at all, no matter how slow a speed you put it through. I'll give you a little boost of the juice as it comes around once again, because it does sound quite nice. That's very kind of you, Rob and Grace. It's nice to be back. It's always good to have a little break, but yeah, it's nice to be back and get back in the swing of it. Right, here we go. Try some of this. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. At least you can predict what's going to happen when you hit the button. Sean Pacific Railroad, welcome in, Sean. Nice to see you. For those of you that don't know Sean, Sean does Southern Pacific and Western Union Pacific stuff, things like that, out in California, and great modeler and well worth following. If you're not subscribed, please go over to Sean's website on YouTube and give it a shot. He really has got some great stuff. This is for you, Sean. Here we go. Yes, it's a glorious noise. That, if you didn't know, Sean, is a Class 37, which has been one of the mainstays of the railways over here for both passenger and freight work for the last 50 odd years. It's got a very distinctive sound that sounds like a tractor. So, of course, the name stuck, and it's a bit of a nickname for it now. So every time you see one of these, we call it a tractor. It's using like a marine engine, so it's got a lot of grunt. Oh dear. Ben, how's the ankle? It's probably still black and blue and funky colours. A tractor, yeah. I know it sounds funny, Sean, but it's true enough. We have nicknames or names for just about everything over in the UK. So, a Class 20 we'll call a chopper because it's got it sounds like a chopper. Right, here it comes again. So let's just now, does that sound like a tractor? Our version of a tractor, yes, I suppose it does. You're welcome, Sean. Yeah, it's a great little site on YouTube that you've got, and it's always a joy or a ray of sunshine, mate. Anthony's got a Cube 2 but Wi-Fi. I've not used it in almost 2 years. I use the GoPro 9 now. Anthony, do you find that gets hot? That's been one of the criticisms of the GoPros. I know they're expensive, but they also get very hot to the point where they just blonk out sometimes. There's a host for the TE116. Yes, there's quite a bit of that, Ivo. Just the sounds they make, particularly something like an 08 shunter, which we call the Gronk, which as their driving rods, the bearings start to wear, they tend to clunk. So I don't remember ever hearing the sound of the motor on a Class 08 shunter because it was always disguised by this clunk, clunk, clunk that you could hear as it came down the track. Hence how it got its nickname. Getting better, but still on crutches and meds. Getting bored, stuck inside. Yeah. They say that blokes can't multitask. Currently, I'm watching Andy's. Awesome Class 37. Got 1 year on yesterday's F1 race and drinking tea. So you can show off your talents. Drinking tea is a talent? Yes, it is. Yes. Robert has got it down to a fine art. Drinking tea is quite essential. Robert will tell you, I will tell you. The TE116 is a twin-unit Russian locomotive without exhaust mufflers and loud coolers. Sounds great, Ivo. So the turbo screams for open pipes. Oh, yes, I bet that's fun. Cardiff train show this weekend. Couldn't be bothered to go. That's not like you, Stuart. But I do understand that because the weather's been so disgusting that I haven't been able to really do much. Looking at the SJ Can C100 Plus as the train came. Did mention it to Tony Northeastern after his cam test. Yeah, that's what started the ball rolling. I watched Tony Northeastern's little camera that he got, and it was having difficulty keeping up with the action, really. Yeah, coffee and beer. Yeah, that sounds like you, Clive. Us guys can multitask. We just keep that secret from our females so they can do more for us. That's really funny, Artie. Oh, dear. The shaky hands. I have about 8 different teas. Half are loose leaf types. Have you got one of those infusers? They look really good. Yeah, I can understand that, Anthony. But yeah, I did watch Tony Northeastern's video. He got a cheap micro camera, and that's exactly what he got. It was cheap and nasty. But he did say he was going to put some other offerings at the bottom, and I couldn't see any hypertext links to click on. So I think he probably forgot to do that. But since then, I've been looking at some of the little micro cameras. And I know, of course, Robert's one, and he gets good results with that, and that's a Polaroid. And then Jason just said, use the Polaroid too. In the Netherlands, the Heritage Railways run the Class 200 shunters that are goat because of the horn-spout exhaust. Have a listen to this exhaust sound. Oh, I do love that sound. Well, so much for spoiler alerts. Yeah, sorry, Anthony. But it's worth looking at what the camera can do just to help you find something which is actually better. So it's very good of Tony actually put that on there. Not at all. Being helpful. Well, that's exactly what you are, Robert, and I'm very grateful. They are definitely yellow. Yeah, I think we can say that. Yeah, I think Akira Scale nailed it with this 97. The paint, the engineering, it's really good. I went to the station to get shots of the big freight trains going up and down the mountain for 5 hours, only to find out the top line reopened. Oh, no. Oh, so you didn't get any footage, Artie? Now I've got this on speed step 30 now, and it's got to a point where it's just sort of chugging. It looks like Ivo is rendering. There's Chris. Hello, Chris. Lovely to see you, mate. In the next video, I've invented a new named train. It's the Devon Brighton Bell. Brighton's in Devon? Well, it should be. Yeah, it shouldn't be in Sussex. It should be in Devon. Okay, I've got an idea of what you've got in mind. Oh, Artie's off. See you, Artie. Right, I'm going to bring this to a stop around by thee. Colin's engaged. Hi, Colin. Nice to see you, mate. David Hall. Doing a bit of track cleaning on a G-scale track. That's huge. Right, let's see how quickly this thing stops. Nice and quick. Right then. I'll leave that ticking over there. For those of you who haven't seen me yet, yes, a night of the rhomboid table, one and all. Right, I'm gonna call it there, guys. So I can do a bit more in the shed, do a bit of clearing up. There's still a what is it? A Quicksilver. Yeah, I'll just show you this. Let me just grab a bit more of that. There's Quicksilver still in bits. The upside down A4 sheath is still there, but all of those driving wheels have got to be changed. So that's something I'll be doing over the next week. And thanks everybody for coming in. Stay safe and try not to catch anything nasty, because there's a lot of it about. Great to see everybody at Gets. Didn't meet everybody I wanted to meet, but it was just so packed, and there's only so much time in the day. Ben, it would have been great to have you there, as it would have been great seeing Anthony and Joyce, but that just wasn't to be for various ailment reasons. But there's always another time, we're not going anywhere. So no. Yeah, so I'll catch up with everybody pretty soon. Thanks for coming into the stream and bringing a family atmosphere. It's very nice. I'll catch up with you all soon in the live streams. Dave's just gone online, so Dave Swindon Junction, he'll be running his live stream, so I'm going to step aside, and I'll catch up with you in the streams. Take care out there, and have fun playing with those trains. Keep them running. So I'll catch up with you soon, guys. Take care.